and I talked a little bit. You have relocated. Tell us about where you were and where
Yeah.
you are now.
Well, I'm actually back home. We left Leeds, Alabama about 40 something years ago for my husband to go in the ministry. And we've lived in Louisiana and Florida and Georgia and Tennessee. And now we're back home in Alabama. And just a lot of things happened in the last few years. Tim has had a lot of health issues in the last few years. And most recently had a knee surgery that did not turn out well. And spent about a year really in pretty bad shape. He got an infection from it and had to go 12 weeks without a knee at all. And so during that time I had to become a nurse and do IV antibiotics every day. And so after all of that, and then he had to repeat the surgery. And so he just never bounced back from it. And so he was 68 at the time. And so we just decided it was time to retire. And so since then, he's come a long way since then. He's feeling much better. But it was just, getting out of the stress of working full time and being able to relax more. And so he's doing real well now. And so we decided to move back home. And a couple of years ago, my mother had a nosedive physically too. She's 95. And so
Great day, Debbie.
Wow.
Said, that's 95. Really 95. Girl, go on.
Yeah. And so she was in an assisted living center, and she got to where she didn't need that. And it was costing a fortune. And so for me, it was easier to just have them both in the same house. And so we moved back here, and she moved back with us, and we found a little house that's perfect. She's in the front part of the house. We're in the back part of the house. And so it works really well. And so it's been a whole lot easier on me.
Well, there just comes a time in life. I was visiting with a friend of mine yesterday after church, and he was talking about his mama.
So it's really worked out well because hers is more balance issues and just making sure she's on so much medication that it's easier for me to be here, and maybe I can watch that a little bit closer. So, but other than that, we're
rocking and rolling. Yeah, that's good. That's always good to hear. Yeah. And you just had guests that you hadn't seen, you told me, in 40 years came by.
40 years. Yeah. This guy was like a summer missionary, and my high school choir and youth group from my church would go to Boston, Massachusetts in the summers, and he would help us while we were there. And we did things out in parks, and we would sing in a park at night and those kind of things. And so he helped us with all of that, and just happened to be in Birmingham. And so he called last night, and I said, well, you can't be this close and not come out here. So he came out and spent the morning with us. It was great to see him catch up with everything.